These short, quick turnaround animations of original characters from artists on TikTok are being cancelled by other artists on TikTok. Shocking. The art community is apparently getting mad and calling people who make these animations fake artists, inciting things like remote cyberbullying and a mild but probably warranted amount of hate to them. Let's talk about it. Good evening or morning, depending on what corner of the flat earth theory you're watching my videos from. Today we have a rather interesting situation on our hands that has been causing quite the stir in the art community on the internet. A new form of animating OCs has hit the World Wide Web by storm, and artists and their kind posting videos of their OCs spinning around from chin to hairline, showing off all their unapologetic features, and the artists who made these supposed animations are basking in all the glory that comes with internet virality. But the fairly large amount of people who watch my videos and are fortunate enough to not be chronically online as myself and other fellow yappers on YouTube, the character turnaround animation art trend, or microwave art trend like the big brain philosophers on TikTok call it, is a new trend that has taken over the platform in style. The trend involves drawing or painting your OC and then making them spin around so we get to see a full 360 view of all their details. But while a normal person would otherwise assume most of the people participating in this trend were actually drawing all these animations by themselves, it will be to their utmost disappointment to find out that a lot of these artists participating in this trend were using a new AI app to animate their characters so they could also go viral. As you will automatically assume, artists on TikTok were not happy about this situation and began making videos calling out other artists using AI to make animations for the trend. This artist, who was disgusted with the trend and how artists were using it trying to go viral, said they were disappointed in the artists themselves and claimed they shouldn't have made it to go viral in the first place. Their video had almost 2,000 comments, with other young artists on TikTok totally pissed off and sharing a few pieces of their minds about the entire situation. I mostly see gacha creators doing the microwave trend and use AI to cover their laziness and hypocrisy. People are just greedy and spoiled by technologies these days. They don't even want to do anything one by one anymore. People aren't seeing the bigger picture. Yes, AI can help artists who are learning, but by using the tool more and more, it becomes smarter and more refined, leading to a future where it could easily replace the same artists who used it to learn. That's why it's just better to learn with actual 360s created by real people and other traditional methods. Y'all say you hate AI until it selfishly benefits you. This person clearly had a lot on their mind and spared no quarter serving each defendant a bitter taste of prosecuting the case. And the funny thing is, they're absolutely right. Most of the people who were using AI for the trend probably don't know how to animate their character by hand, because if they did, they wouldn't even have bothered using AI for the trend in the first place. Learning how to draw your character from any different angle and practicing how to draw their features and turn them around in three-dimensional space is a good way to get better at drawing and improve your knowledge of proportions and forms. Using AI literally takes away that entire process and ends up leaving you as clueless about forms and proportions as you were when you tried to use AI in the first place. To my sheer surprise and unexpected bewilderment, a rather large amount of people under the comments of this TikTok were all in support of using AI for the trend, calling the creator of the video childish just because they shared their opinion about the situation. This is a childish take. Get out of your emotions, dude or dudette. It's not the tool that's bad, it's the people using it, and it's being used to spin things around. Like, why are you mad? Child of God, by the way. I actually don't hate AI. It kinda helps in some way, but some people literally use it for something bad. It's such a non-problem to use AI for TikTok as long as you don't sell it to real-life customers. So you all need to stop whining when a person is using it on TikTok. It's their art, not yours. Many other comments on the video all seem to be suggesting that using AI to animate your OC was a rather fun way of improving and wasn't harmful or stealing art from others because apparently it was automatically safe. Some people also said they were using AI to help improve their art and learning how they could draw their character from different angles since they couldn't see it or visualize it in their head. And like, isn't that the entire purpose of studying anatomy and learning how to draw perspective? It appears each day the art community sinks lower in the cesspool of doing anything to go viral, and now we have people applauding the use of AI to make animation instead of encouraging others to actually learn how to animate by hand. Times are really changing, I can tell. Judging from how much art had already been used to train different AI models which are all easily accessible on the internet, it wouldn't be too hard for an AI to complete an image or animation because they could literally pull information from thousands of other sources and datasets needed to complete a turnaround, which was basically the argument people were making for encouraging others to use AI for the trend, especially since the more artists were feeding their art into these AI generators to animate their drawings, the more data the AI could harness and learn off of to quote-unquote improve their animations. One artist on TikTok who had metaphorically had it all to their nose with all the AI filth that was being passed around posted a video complaining about the microwave art trend, calling artists who use AI to do the trend literal male cow dung.
Artists that use AI to do the microwave trend are so full of BS. Like, what do you mean by I just wanted to see what my art will look like in the microwave trend? You are an artist. The microwave spin is literally one of the basic skills you learn as an artist. And let's be honest, most of y'all have drawn your ox in every angle known to man. You have no excuse for being lazy and not drawing for frames in angles you've drawn before and flipping them around to just create 8 frames of a spin cycle. But I just did it for fun, okay. But when you do that and post it publicly, don't be surprised on why you will be called an AI artist. Not to mention some people have done the microwave trend with other people's art. Just do us all a favor and don't call yourself an artist anymore since you prefer to be AI bro. Thanks.
Funny how a video calling out artists for using AI also happened to use AI for the narration. A bit of a food for thought kind of situation here. Someone in the comments tried calling out the artist who made the video for also using AI to make the microwave trend, but the artist shut that down in the blink of an eye, explaining that drawing the turnaround by hand and using AI to animate it were not the same thing in any way, shape or form. I mean, just take a look at this. It just reeks of AI, and to be honest, I don't think it even is a really good animation at all. The background just makes the whole thing look wonky and the character looks incredibly terrible. Look how flat it looks from the side. It's as if the AI forgot that hair has volume and isn't just flat like a piece of cloth. The ears also look so weird, especially when the character turns to the side. And you can tell the AI has problems filling in the details in some parts of the ear, which is why it ended up looking funny. Someone literally said, "Don't let this trend die," as if the animations even made any sense. Now let's compare that to an actual character turnaround by an artist. You can see how each form has so much volume and every part of the character feels so much more three-dimensional than the animations that were made with AI. Aside from the turnaround having less frames since it's hand-drawn, every other thing looks great. But unfortunately for the artist who posted this video, people started making fun of them in the comments, telling them no one cares how many hours it took to make the animation, and even saying the dreaded words, "Who asked? Why do you get so angry about no AI and what do you want? Do you want me to applaud told you, just assume that it's easier to use AI, and if some artists want to use it, there's nothing wrong with it. You wasted 50 hours on something you can make automatically, but AI can do it faster and a bit better, no hate. Am I missing something here? Yes, my good sir. You in fact are missing something. Frankly, you're missing everything. Artists never claimed to be perfect and never wanted to make a perfect animation with everything looking accurate down to a T. We're human and we make mistakes. These mistakes are what makes our art unique and look the way it does. And that is precisely where AI fails. It can't think like a human artist, therefore it can't make the same choices we do when we draw. It doesn't have emotions behind the art. And artists are not giving that up for anything. And the part where the comment said AI can do it faster and better is just totally ridiculous because one, I don't really think it looks better. Do you? And two, just because it was done faster doesn't automatically make it better. I'd rather spend more time making something I'm proud of for myself than typing a few words just because it will make the process faster. It's so funny how many people were standing in and claiming the AI looks good and using AI is cool, but literally just a few weeks ago, Ross Draws was called out for using AI and has been in the hot waters of internet debate ever since. Fellow YouTube yapper Catliente has made 2 good videos talking about the Ross Draws situation, keeping us up to date with the controversy and how it has been unfolding. It's so sad seeing artists you looked up to who inspired you to make art and create something you love getting called out for promoting the use of generative imagery. Truly disappointing seeing it unfold. For the rest of you who haven't heard or aren't aware of the situation, be sure to check out Catliente's video after watching this one. In a bid to battle the microwave art trend and the artists who were using generative imagery for their videos, TikTok artists started a new trend of making the same microwave animation videos with their art but only posting animations drawn by hand. A lot of people in the comments who were also interested in learning how to animate their characters but had no idea how to draw all the angles or how to animate started leaving comments looking for tips on how to go about making a turnaround for themselves. And even I myself don't even know how to animate. I found this helpful tutorial by artist Bailey on TikTok that shows how to make a simple turnaround in easy steps for all the noobs like myself to animate something by themselves for the first time.
How I make turnarounds for my characters. I start off by designing the character I want to turn around. It usually helps if this is a 3/4 view, which is between front and side view where you no longer can see one of the ears. I start out really rough, and once I have shapes I like, I start doing clean line work. There are 2 ways to create accurate turnarounds for characters. The first is drawing on a new layer directly on top of your initial design. Since I'm starting with the front view, I want to use the symmetry tool. I'll turn off this tool once I have to draw anything that is not symmetrical on the character. I'll repeat this with a new layer for each pose I need. The second way is to create horizontal lines at all the key features of your character, the eye level, head level, shoulder level, nose, etc. You can add as many of these lines as you'd like, turn the opacity down, and then sketch your different angles, matching up the characteristics with each line. Start rough and then work up to detail. Remember that the back view of your character is the front view flipped horizontally, and then erasing the face details and changing some things will make it look like the back of your character. You'll need 8 main views of your character to rotate it. For the 3/4 side and the 3/4 rear, you can flip these horizontally and adjust any small details that don't flip correctly.
While this tutorial looks rather easy enough to follow, I'll leave you to try it out for yourself and let us know in the comments how easy it was. That is, if you intend to participate in the microwave art trend, or maybe you're just trying to learn how to animate for the first time. AI harms the environment and takes money away from people who invested time and money to make an informational website, as now those people will have fewer people visiting their website, and the way it speaks is most likely stolen information from human interactions online. Kai probably collects data from stories to develop bots with personalities. AI is so unethical. As it's more recent, it's not regulated yet. For me, I never hated AI. I disliked it for taking artist motivation for drawing or creating, but as it's just spinning, it actually helped me with different parts of my OC. At this point, it's clearly obvious that AI has become a huge problem in the art community, especially on TikTok, to the point where artists are genuinely looking for every valid excuse under the sun to use AI for their work without facing the consequences of backlash on the internet. People making excuses of using AI because it helped them with their art and somehow managed to make them improve is just so confusing to me. I thought the normal way everyone improved was by actually studying from life and using references from photographs. When did did we start using AI as reference? Y'all understand this is why AI art was made. It was made for references and for artists to visualize what they want to draw to get better, not to generate an image and then slap their name on it. I don't agree with this argument. Before there was AI, there was a beautiful thing called concept art, which was a way for artists to visualize an idea of what they wanted to draw in its rough early stages, before then proceeding to sketch and paint a final version of the character or background or whatever it is they were trying to create. Artists were able to pull ideas and references from different movies, historical photos, and pictures of different things and put them all together in a reference board when creating a character, basically placing all the elements in their imagination into actual photos and drawing from them. Using AI literally takes away that entire process and instead spits out a rather convoluted mashup version of all the references into one image using the style of 12 other artists it has stolen from. That is, aside from the images looking insanely stiff.
Okay, so let's talk about AI art and why exactly it's so bad. So if you're familiar with the concept of AI, you probably understand that artificial intelligence can't really generate anything on its own. It can't generate its own original thoughts or its own original ideas. AI is basically trained to behave a certain way by feeding it a database of information. And this database teaches AI how to act. So when it comes to AI art generators like, say, Midjourney, these art generators have been fed databases of billions of pieces of artwork and work from artists that did not consent to have their artwork fed into these AI art generators. Many of these generators were then advertised as free ways to recreate the work of many prolific artists. So for example, people could generate fake screenshots from fake Studio Ghibli movies, or, enter in a prompt like Victorian woman with black hair and a feathered hat and generate that in the Studio Ghibli art style. The problem is, of course, both in a social way, people are seeing fake images of things they do not know were not actually drawn by that artist. You can see how that could get very bad if someone, say, generated an offensive or derogatory image in a certain artist's art style and people believed that was really drawn by that artist. And then the second is that that's plagiarism, that's art theft, and it's not okay.
I think this video from Jade totally sums up all the reasons why artists are advocating against the use of AI art for actual jobs, and how art made by generative images can potentially harm artists in the long run. If you're not even aware, an entire art school was caught using AI for one of their student projects and even having AI art as a standalone course in their syllabus. I made an entire video talking about this, so you should definitely go check that out if you weren't even aware of the situation. I think artists using the microwave trend to practice drawing their OCs from different angles and using it as a baby step into learning animation is pretty fine for the most part, and there's totally nothing wrong with that. But using AI to make an animation for the trend just to go viral totally defeats the purpose of the trend, which is to challenge yourself to do something really daunting. I think a word is enough for the wise. Like the philosophers of TikTok said, let people do what they want with their art, since at the end of the day, it's their art and not yours. Well, it looks like you've made it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like and share the video with a friend who also hates AI art, and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. With all that being said, I'll see all you pretty penguins in the next video. Bye.